Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Y'all got to forgive me. I'm in my wife office. Y'all see it's a little, she got a little setup and stuff in here. I'm on here working. It's a little messy in here. But I'm in her office, my office next door. But she gonna let me turn this into a men's lounge for me and my guys, married and faithful men, where we have us a place to come and watch the game, watch the boxing match, you know, kick back and chop it up, fellas. But first, before we talk about this David situation, and this gonna be real now, want to shout out and say thank you to our supporters of the Boys Summer Program. The link is always in the description. Thank y'all so much. We got a big trip coming up to Dallas May 1st through the 3rd, and I think we probably only maybe $1,000 to $1,500 short. So thank y'all so much for the support. If God been good to you, click that link, say that link. We need you and we appreciate you. So y'all will see us out there. You'll see the highlights and videos going up on the Instagram page, and sometimes I put it on my main page, Tony Gaskins. We actually got some this weekend too, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it's local, so it's not as costly. That still run us about $1,000, because even just to sign them up for the tournament was $450. So it's just kind of one of those things. Y'all gotta forgive me now. I'm over here losing my voice. I've been talking all day. One-on-one sessions are closed. When you look in the link, you see it's back, almost full price. You got a book on mymentor.life. All the other ones had to take off the discounted sessions. But now I saw this thing on this guy here, David. Say they went in his phone and found a lot of CHILE. That was a D now at the end. Found a lot of that right there. Corn. And that explains it all. Because one thing I seen on him, for one, I seen a picture of him, he got a blouse on. That's for one, he wear a blouse. So that let me know what he into. Two, they found all of that on his phone. Three, my wife told me she was reading where they say the young lady had a ring finger with a ring. They were supposedly engaged, and she had another finger with his name tattooed on it, David, and both of those fingers was missing. So if that's true, the man took in Jeffrey Dahmer and cut her fingers off to torture her before taking her life. And this what I try to tell y'all. This is not no sacrifice for no music career, because he about to go do life in prison. So when they do them sacrifices for music career, you don't get caught. The sacrifices for that stuff right there is set up, and you told how to do it, and it's you showing that you committed and that you willing to sacrifice somebody. But when they do those, it's because the area you in, they already have somebody on the police force, somebody in the detective office, one of the judges. You're not gonna get caught for a sacrifice. This one no sacrifice. This here was demonic possession, which stems from corn. Not the corn in the field now. Y'all got to remember this, YouTube, so take the C off, put your P on. That's why you have to have your children put their phone up in your room every night. They need to plug their phone up in your room, or plug it up in a honestly, I would have them plug it up in your room. Let them know you don't pay no bills. Let them know this is my phone. You just get to use it. And don't worry about all of these people talking about toxic parenting and all of that, because the same people who be talking about that is the same one whose son be shooting up the school. It be the same one who raised a David, who done did what he done did to that young lady. And I'm gonna tell you, this is where one of y'all, those of y'all who know Trump, who watching my videos and you know Trump, this where y'all need to tell him to step in, and this where he need to be pushing for capital punishment. This where we need to bring back a torture squad, because this is absolutely disgusting. And then you found all of that right there, all that corn on the boy laptop or phone or whatever, and then what this young lady done went through. And this is why I'm trying to tell y'all. I talked to a client today, and she met a man and was dating a man, and the man, y'all, my wife got this hat made for me. It's TGE, my boys program, Tony Gasson's Elite. Met a man, and the man had a French manicure. Not a manicure now, not just a manicure, a French manicure. So the man had the white tip on the nail. And I'm gonna tell you something. Stuff like that right there, men wearing blouses, men wearing skirts or dresses, or what they kelps or whatever, all that right there, he into that corn. I'm gonna tell you what that corn do. That corn get these men loosey. It get them loosey-goosey. It get them frisky and freaky. It get them ready. They get out there and they start to lose sense of who they are. They start to forget the difference between masculine and feminine. They start to blur the line, and they get nasty. They get nasty. And that lust cannot be cured. So they go down and down and down and down. They go down. We had somebody the other day that I say, book a session with Coach Julian, because he one of the male coaches, and they got the time confused. So when y'all book a session with Coach Julian, you got to email him. You get a confirmation email. Email him, let him know what city you're in, and then make sure that the time you were shown correlates with the time he was shown. Because the mymentor.life, it messes up when there's a time change, or if it ever goes down and it laps, it'll mess up. And so the time difference be messed up. So you'll book it and the coach be on Eastern Standard Time, but the system got them on Central Standard Time. So the time you get shown is not the same time they get shown, because you in a different time zone. So make sure you email and clarify that y'all on the same time. But get your son a male mentor who is Christian, who is married, who is faithful. That's why I mentioned Coach Julian, because he Christian, he married, he faithful, he's a father, so that they have a good resource to talk about life. They ain't gonna say too much, but they gonna hear instructions, a game plan, homework, exercises. You got to get these boys active. If you don't want your son to grow up and be like David, you got to get him active. Otherwise, he going to be chopping off women's fingers. You have got to get him active. You got to get him mentorship. He need to be doing something. I'm telling you now. Because the devil want these boys. A lot of people don't believe in the devil. Call it whatever you want to call it. The evil spirits. We are in spiritual warfare. And the adversary want these boys. I'm telling you, he want these boys. Because let's look at what he can do. So with this one young man, he done put a whole country on notice. He have won momentarily. He have got a victory for debauchery, for Satanism. And not only did he get this, he had a quote unquote celebrity do it. So this is not no young man who getting thumped in the ear in class every day. This is not some quiet kid who is in the room all day, online school, no friends, no sunlight, who done went and did this. This is somebody who was building a whole brand as a music artist. And this man was so sick and so deranged that he done went out like this and took that young lady life, and then he prayed on her. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all daughters, get on her phone and listen. You'll be better off. You ain't gotta tell her you checking her phone. Make sure you know that password. Make sure you going through that phone. Now listen. You're gonna find a lot of stuff you don't wanna see. You can't police everything. You can't police her cussing and stuff like that. You looking for the real. You don't want to be tripping over the dirt the way you can't find the gold. You looking for the real. You looking for, and this is the thing, before you go checking that phone, you gotta talk to her. Let her know about these men. Let her know about the games. Sit down and have a talk with her and say, hey, if she 10 years old, and don't just put it on men. Tell her men and women, boys and girls. You got to talk to her and you got to say to her, hey, and if you can't talk to her, then you let her watch this video. And I'm going to tell you like this right here. Young lady, listen. Anybody come talking to you, don't you believe nothing they say. Every single thing a boy, a girl, a man, or a woman says to you, whether it make you smile, whether it make you laugh, whether it make you cry, whether it make you mad, whether it make you happy, take it to your parent and show it to your parent, especially if you confused about it, if it make you nervous, if it make you worried, because these people out here are disgusting, they nasty, they love Satan, and they are preying on you. Boys and girls, they preying on you. They want to do you like this singer David did this young lady. They want to use you for their pain and for their sickness and for what they have going on. They want to use you for that. They want to use you and abuse you. They want to take advantage of you. They want to hurt you. They want to manipulate you. They're going to be asking you for money. They'll ask you for clothes. They'll ask you to sneak out with them, to go here with them, go there with them. Listen, anything, this is what you got to tell your child now, unless your child watching this right here. Anything your parent tell you, if the answer is no, the answer is no. Because it is to protect you. And that's what we got to help our kids understand. If the answer is no, the answer is no. When you in a place of protection, you have to let that be known. Like, for example, I'm my wife protector. So I told my wife, I said, if somebody asks you to do something, they ask you, can they have a loan? They ask you for money. They asking you to come here. They asking you to come there. I say, as your husband, you need to come to me and we need to talk about it and we make a decision together, because I'm going to see what you might can't see. So if your friend come ask you, I remember one time we was real young and her friend asked her because she borrowed $400. And she knew if she asked me, the answer was no. So instead of her asking me, she loaned her friend $400. We probably had only been married maybe a couple years. I told her, that's how you get a divorce right there. Because if you come to me and I'm going out here and I'm busting my butt to work and we got a family to feed, I don't care about your friend. That's her. She decided to move to another city. She decided to chase a dream instead of getting a job. I'm on a job. She chasing a dream. She got a mama. She got a daddy. If they ain't giving her no money, what I look like giving her money? I say, if the answer is no, the answer is no. Point blank, period. That's the same way when you're in a position of protection. See, as husbands, we got to protect not just our kid. We protect our wife, and we got to protect our kid. If you got kids, you got to protect your kid. So, see, listen. The young lady mama or whoever she lived with should have been in her phone. Should have known where she at. Alarms got to be on the window. Put alarms on your window. Put alarms on the doors. Put them in there where they don't even know where they at. Put them in there they don't even know what it do. Have an alarm with that to the where it got the app, the way you could turn the alarm off from your app on your phone while you at work. You need to have a camera. You need to have a camera in every corner. They $20 off of Amazon. You put them cameras up. You put them cameras. You ain't gotta have a camera in the bathroom now and all of that. But you put them camera up to where if they home and you got to work till 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, they get out of school 1:30, 2:30. Guess what? Little mama, little man, there's a camera in that corner. Everybody come in their bedroom, everybody in their living room, there's a camera in here. Like, we going into a new day and age, and I know y'all talk about, oh, I don't want to be intrusive, oh, I don't want to do all that. Now, if you in a bubble and you got a system set up and you got a different type of lifestyle, then okay, cool. But if you know your child in public school or your child in a very fast forward private school, you know your child is around people who into stuff and doing stuff, they got other stuff like little going on and all that right there. Hey, listen, no, we can't just be letting. I thought, well, 7.5. Well, this thing here might be an 8. Nah, all right. Ain't get my hat so tight, give me a concussion. And so, listen, get time out for that. Like, see, me, I never went through my son's phone though, because I know I ain't got the mental. I ain't got the mental. I find something in that phone, I'm a crash shot. So you got to know you too now. So what I do is I just put other fail safe in there. I tell them I'm going in your phone. I tell them I'm going in their phone, and I make them plug their phone in another room. So they plug their phone in the living, in the kitchen, or in the playroom, and I be up. So they be sound asleep before I go to sleep. I let the whole house go to sleep before I go. I'm not the type of man that I'm gonna be at the bed knocked out before my house sleep. Everybody is in a deep sleep before I close my eyes, and I go around that house. I check every door, make sure the door's locked, make sure the garage closed, make sure everything. Got my gun right there beside my nightstand right there. Anybody want to intrude, they gonna lose their life. I'm a protector, and I don't play by it. You have to protect your child. See, listen, if that young lady was my daughter, I'm going right to the jurisdiction and committing me a crime so I could get in the same jail that David in, and I'm slitting his throat. As soon as I get to him, I'm slitting his throat, and I'm having somebody on the outside give that guard $1,000, let me in his cell in that solitary confinement, and I'm finna Jeffrey Epstein him. How they did Jeffrey Epstein when he was in there, that one finna do to David. That, listen, see, you got to know you. That's why I don't play. That's why I don't play, because David wouldn't even make it a trial. If it was my daughter, he would not make it a trial. And if he get the trial, I'm giving me a little pea shooter that shoot out of plastic, so I could get right through that metal detector. Have it right in my drawers. And it's a material that don't go off in the metal detector, and I'm sitting right in there, and I'm gonna blow his brains out. Listen, you got to know you too now. That's why you got to be ahead of it. Because if you know you a crash out, you got to make sure don't nothing happen to your child. So now we got this right here. And I'm going to tell y'all something now. No offense now. No offense. White women, y'all need to talk to each other about this. You a school teacher? Some of y'all white women follow me on here. And you a school teacher. Talk to your school friends and tell them, hey, I'm not accusing you of nothing. I'm not saying you into nothing. But if you ever feel weak, if you ever feel vulnerable, if you ever feel like your husband, your fiance is ignoring you, you're not getting attention, come talk to me. She might laugh in your face, but every week I'm seeing a different white woman on the news. I've never seen a black woman on the news for molesting a student. Every week I'm seeing a different white woman on the news. And they is oral sex or intercourse with 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds. And these women is going to prison. So it ain't just the Davids of the world. It's also the school teachers. You got to check your child's phone, and it's also men now. Now on the men, it's all the races. On the women, all I have seen is white women. And so that's another thing now. So white women, y'all got to talk to each other. And the black men that pedestalize white women, you got to understand now, white women have stuff they have to go through now. I don't know what it is, but it has stuff they have to go through. And so to the white women, listen, we praying for y'all. Keep y'all head up. You're welcome over here. You're welcome over here. Keep your head up. Keep going. You know, live your life. If you feel weak, if you and this could be, you could be Hispanic, black. I ain't want to single nobody out, but I single out the black people when it's time to single out the black people now. So I single everybody out. But listen to me. Listen to me now. So here's the thing. This what you got to realize. So when you take, y'all forgive, I'm looking for my daddy phone number on this here. Oh, yeah, so. This is the thing now. When you take and you feeling weak, you going through something, reach out, get on your coaching session. But what I want you to do now, check your child phone. If you know they're in volatile situations, like at school, you know, if you see a shift in their energy, your child should be coming home and should be happy. They should be happy. They should be talkative. They should be excited about life, about school. They should be showing you their homework, talking to you about what's going on, all of that right there. If your child ain't acting like that, if your child is acting like a recluse, if your child is, they want to race to their room, all they want to do is be in their room the whole time, they don't want to play Uno with you, they don't want to play Monopoly, they don't want to play no board games, they don't want to do none of that. If your child don't want to do none of that right there, you need to check that phone. You need to check that laptop. And I'm going to tell you something. What you need to do, say, hey, get up. We finna go outside and go on a walk. I don't want to go on no walk. You don't have a choice. Get up, put your shoes on. We going on a walk. And you walk every day after school. When you get home from work, you and your child need to do a 30-minute walk around the neighborhood. Stay off the sidewalks now. If you done got somebody jump the curb and hit you. And y'all need to do a 30-minute walk. And or if y'all can't go outside, you live in a too rough neighborhood where you'll get kidnapped or something, y'all need to do a workout circuit. Do 50 squats, 50 push-ups, lunges. Do y'all a workout circuit every day, working different body parts. Do y'all a workout circuit every day. And so take and do that right there now. Bro, I don't know. Y'all forgive me. Y'all give me 1 second. And so that's what you want to do. You want to work on that right there. You want to figure that out. Get your child active. See, my sons, they ain't perfect. They go through stuff. But one thing we make them do, we make them engage. We make them play board games. We make them talk to us to the well. Every day my wife pick my sons up. She say, how was the day? You know, how was the day? What you learned? What did y'all do? What did you like about the day? What didn't you like? Like, they have to talk. And they just spilling all the beans and they talking. So that way we learn all about their friends and what their friends doing. They snitching on their friends, telling all their friends business. We be knowing all their friends business. And our oldest son, he come in our room every night. When he home, he come in our room every night. He will come in our room and talk to us for a minimum of 45 minutes a day. And so we always, he in a group chat right now. He texting me right now. He texts me right now about his soccer career, about college, and he's away from college. And he do that. And so you got to build a relationship with your child. It can't just be you the police. It can't just be you always nagging, you always complaining, you always preaching, you always this. Like, yes, I preach to my sons, I'm hard on my sons, but I also give them anything they want. I give them anything they want. If they do what they supposed to do, they can have the world. I will rob Peter to pay Paul. I will bend over backwards. I go get on a pole at the Chip and Dale. I will do anything I got to do to make sure that they straight. I'm not just the police. I'm not just the enforcer. So you got to have, as hard as you are on them, they got to know you love them equally as much. They got to know that. And you still got to let them be them. My son got tattoos because I have tattoos. My wife have tattoos. We know people is against tattoos. We know the interpretations of the Bible of tattoos. But I got tattoos and look at my life. God still loved me. He still blessed me. So my son wanted to get tattoos. The fact that, to my knowledge, he's a virgin and living right and don't smoke and don't drink, and I'm very intuitive and can pick up on stuff, I let him get a tattoo. Because you have to give them something. If you don't give them something to express themselves of who they are and what they are, then they're going to go and take it. And they're going to go and live a lie behind your back. And so you got to be real with them, got to be raw with them, got to be right there, and know how you got to move and shake. Know how you got to live, huh? And be careful. Because see, this right here, the boy David was not raised. He just grew. So he fell into that corn. He fell into that demonic stuff. He fell into all of that because his parents gave him too much leeway, or whoever raised him. They gave him too much leeway. They gave him too much say-so. Didn't have enough structure. Didn't have enough conversation. And I know people say, oh, well, Tony, you could do all of that and it still don't work out. Your child can make mistakes, but your child not going to cut nobody's fingers off and taking their life now. Like, your child could smoke some weed and you a good parent. Your child can go and get drunk and you a good parent. Your child can go have sex before marriage and you a good parent. But now, your child not finna be no serial killer if you a good parent and you really there and you communicating, you talking, and you there and you doing what you supposed to do. And so you got to take a lesson from that. And maybe they did everything they could. And God bless them. We ain't being too hard on them. Take a lesson from it and figure out what they did and know that you got to do more, so that none of the rest of our daughter don't come up missing from a David walking around here. And I'm going to tell y'all, listen, man, y'all better get that thing together, because somebody going to be done started a vigilante group to start come extracting justice. Like the Equalizer, like Denzel and the Equalizer now, like Liam Neeson and Taken. Y'all better get y'all life together. Y'all men out here putting your hands on your woman. Somebody gonna come beat the brakes off you, and it might blow your brains out. Y'all on here, y'all manipulating them children. Y'all school teachers that's doing that. Y'all pastors, preachers, principals, police officers, people in position of power, and you doing wrong by them young folks that you in charge of. You going to prison. You are going to prison if you don't get killed. You better straighten up. And one of y'all that's doing what you know you not supposed to be doing, this is your warning. You about to get exposed. And if God done gave you warning after warning after warning after warning, you about to get killed. So you better wake up and smell the Folgers in the morning, and you better listen to me before it all blow up in your face. But hey, this Tony Gasson, God bless you. Y'all see what I'm trying to do with these young men. One of them write me right now. I know he finna ask for some food. But guess what? I have to tell him no. Because he just made, from they revenue split and all of that, they high school NIL, he just made, I think, $150 Saturday or Sunday. I need to double check. But Saturday or Sunday, he just made $150. And then so now come Friday, if he broke, guess what? The answer is no. You got to learn your lesson. You got to learn how to manage. It's like you ain't never had no money before. So if I don't teach him how to manage his money at the next level, he going to college. So if he go to college and he get $100,000 for that 1 year, he'll blow through that if he haven't learned some budgeting skills from me. So now what I see, if every time I give him money, he blowing through it, now I'm gonna say, hey, this is what you earn, 150, you getting 135. I'm putting 15 into an account, and you'll get that after the end of the program. And yeah, it's all saving. He probably blow through that and it be gone. But what I do is take that money, I may take that money and buy the stuff for his dorm room when it's time to go to college. Get his TV, get his bedspread, get all that right there. And I already did that one time. Moved him into a school, got in trouble, had to come back home. So it's like, I ain't just talking about this. Like, I'm boots on the ground. I'm working with these young men, trying to help them learn how to be a man, trying to help them learn how to grow, how to change their life, how to be better, how to do better. I'm working with them. So that's why I say it take a village. So if you don't have kids, join us. Click the link in the description, support the program. if you got kids and they took care, they doing good, hey, big ups to you, God bless you, because I know it's even some parents who have still donated to the boys program, and I thank you. We need you. Also, mark your calendar Sunday. I need everybody who watching this video right now, I need you to be on the live, on the premiere, clapping it up in the comments Sunday, because we're gonna have Hollywood executives watching. So if we mess around and get us a deal, get us some real money to produce good quality content, that's life changing. That changed the world right there. Having my fingerprint on content, my lessons and my teachings on content, because y'all know I'm about principles and standards. I'm about morals and values. So I'm not finna had the Netflix on the other day, wasn't paying attention to it. My son look up, it's two men kissing. A doggone show about basketball, they got men in the shower kissing. My wife's like, what is this you got on? I said, it's a basketball show. That's what they doing today. So y'all, that's why I raised them funds to shoot this project. And you're gonna see the messaging in this project. You're gonna see how they living and what I'm trying to portray and get out there and normalize. And that's why we doing this. So Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, that's 8 p.m. in Florida and New York, DC, North Carolina, all that right there. A lot of people don't know the time zones. That 8 p.m., that's 7 p.m. over there in Texas and all of that. Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, 7 p.m. If you in Denver and all, or somewhere like the mountain time, then that'll be 6 p.m. If you in California and all over there, Edmonton, Canada, that's 5 p.m. So 8 p.m. Eastern is the premiere. It'll be about 30 minutes. Then after that, we having a talk back with the lead actor, who is a single man and an abstinent man. He's a good guy. The lead actor and the lead actress, and then the writer. And y'all know the Country Wayne skits and all that. She used to write for Country Wayne, and when he got started, or whenever it was. So now she write for me, and she could write now, and she know how to take my lessons, because she follow me online. She know how to take my lessons and apply it and put it in this here form. So this just the start. It's not a full project. It's half of the first season. So it ain't the full thing. We just didn't have the budget to do it. Everybody tight, everybody struggling. So we trying to make it, but we trying to do enough to get the attention to where we might mess around and get some real investors. So, hey, God bless you. Keep your head up, keep going. We'll talk soon.